It's the end. I know that he will not come back. And I see him, her deceased boyfriend, as a huge energy shadow, hovering over them, holding on to them, like embracing them. It was a true love connection, a true love connection. Hi, this is Ash from the closet. Today I want to dive straight into a story, a paranormal experience that might alter your reality and make you ponder that there actually is more to life than the eye can see, and that you actually are not ever alone. You were never being left by the ones who walked before you and are now in the afterlife. You are not alone. We might be lonely, and we might feel abandoned, and we might feel lost when our loved ones die. When they're no longer with us, we might feel that we are alone, and we feel lonely, and we suffer. We long and we suffer. That is what the human experience in this 3D dualistic world is. But I'm not sure in creation it actually was supposed to be like this. Nobody has taught us that there is an afterlife. We have different belief systems and we have different ways of understanding how our reality works. But I know for a fact that my experience is one of them. And I know that this story can change your perception of what is really going on. Because you are not meant to suffer and long and cry after your deceased ones. You are meant to honor, remember, and celebrate that they have moved on and they are just waiting for you. And they are. They never left you, and they are only one thought away. One thought away. It's amazing to think like this because I think like this. I'm not a believer. I know because my life experience shows me that. Come on. Pass it on. Give it away. Tell people about it. Make them understand that it's not really meant to be a place to suffer on this earth. Some people say that we are a prison, but who am I to judge? I just know what my spirit guides and what the afterlife, the people from the afterlife have been telling me. But they are like one side of the story. There might be others from their realms and other dimensions that says something else. I honestly don't know. But the ones I have communicated with and who inspires me are saying the same thing. So that's just one reality we have to understand. That's just one opinion. So when you take different mediums, you might get different opinions. And what's the truth? So that's just one reality we have to understand. Yeah, just ponder about that. Just be open-minded because you are the teacher of your life. Remember that, nobody else. So let's dive into this story. Let's dive into this life experience. And we have to go back quite some years. I get a phone call from my very dear friend I have known since we were 7 years old. And she says, come to the hospital now and can you please get my child from school and come straight because something happened to his father. And he's the boyfriend of my friend, my girlfriend from school. So I go to the hospital and her family is already there, her mother and brother and her boyfriend's sister are waiting in the waiting room in the hospital, and she says, walk with me to the room where he is because he just dropped dead. And they're trying now to bring him back to life and we can go and see him. They're hooking him up to a respirator because he just dropped dead. Her boyfriend is only 37 years old. So you can just imagine they're doing everything to make him stay alive, even though he's dead. He's without a heartbeat. So as we walk to the room to see him, I sense that he's next to us. He walks next to us. I'm walking with my friend, his sister, and him. He's right next to us. And he starts to talk. He's talking about what's going on. As we enter the room in the hospital, his body is being hooked up to a machine. And I just remember all the wires. And I look at him next to me, and he looks at his body. He's being very curious. And as soon as he does that, and he's asking questions, what are they doing? I know that he will not come back. But I am, just like my friend, hoping that they will fix him and make him come back. Because he's too young and they have only a very young child together. And it's just way too early to die. So the next few days in the hospital, they're trying to keep him alive and make his body stay warm and his heart pounding through a machine. But eventually she calls me and she says, can you please come now again, Annette, and bring my child, because it's the end. Fluids are coming out of him now and he's dead. It's the end. They're claiming he's dead. So we need to depart and say goodbye. That was so sad. I bring her child to the hospital and she's waiting in a small room as they're making him ready to be seen and to be visited as a deceased man now. I bring her child and her mother and her is already sitting there. She places her child next to her and their son. And she looks at him and she says, Daddy is dead and he's not coming back. They start crying. And I start crying. The mother start crying. I see him, her deceased boyfriend, as a huge energy shadow, hovering over them, holding on to them, like embracing them. As they're crying and the boy, his son, is devastated and my friend is devastated. He is from the afterlife as the soul, the spirit, the energy he is now, holding on to them, hugging them, embracing them, as they're crying their hearts out in pain and sadness. I'm sitting there watching it, and as soon as I'm watching intensely, he turns to me and he says to me, I'm going to give you a lot of messages, so please pass them on and make sure her mother hears it, because she might not, my friend, remember anything. She's so devastated. I say to my friend, you know he's here. And she's just looking at me, and I know that she knows what I'm talking about. And I say, he's got a lot of information. You need to listen now, because he wants you to do something as you are coming back to the apartment where you live. He wants you to go to his apartment. And the deceased guy, the boyfriend, he passes on messages that she needs to go to the apartment to fetch some things in a drawer and fetch some things that he doesn't want his family and his sister to see. And I tell her what it is and which drawer to go to, because that's what he's telling me. And then the door opens up and the man comes in and he looks at my friend and me and the boy, and then he closes the door and he's out again. I look at my friend and I go, who was he? And the deceased boyfriend, he says, that's my stepfather and I didn't like him. And my friend, she goes, that was his stepfather and he really didn't like him. And I was like, oh my goodness, he just told me. It's such a moment of sadness and it's a moment of goodbye. And as we see him in a deceased state in the hospital bed, he's smiling. He's smiling. He's got a smile on his face because he's the lucky one. He's back home. He is home. He's not on this planet suffering any longer, trying to work out how this human life is actually working and to be manifested, and he's not with us here. And at the same time, he is. My friend, she actually goes to his apartment and she removes from the drawer that she was being told by me, who was being told by him to look into and remove different things. And she did, and she found it. I have to tell you that I have never been in his apartment. So I don't know what he was talking about. I just passed on the message. And the weeks and months after were very, very, very hard ones. She was, of course, very devastated. Her boy was very devastated. And I felt so much pain for her to live this and to try to find up and down now as a single mother, losing her 37-year-old boyfriend. And one day she comes to me quite sometimes because I gave her healing. And one day she comes to me, and every time she actually comes, something paranormal happens, like the chandelier starts to move and flickering lights and lots of things always happens, and I always have messages for her from him. But one specific day she's coming to get healing, and I know that I need to put her in the middle of my dance studio on the bench. And I'm like, that's a weird place to be, but I just do it. So I tell her, you have to be on the bench now, on the bed here, and I will cover you in a duvet and just relax, and I need to give you this healing session. She agrees, and as soon as she closes her eyes and I start the healing session, he's here. He's here. Her deceased boyfriend, he's here. He's right next to me. He says to me, go to your drawer in your office and take out the 500 kroner. And I'm like, what? How do you know I got 500 kroner in the drawer? Cash. And he goes, I know. You just give it to her. You hand it to her from me. And I'm like, what's going on? Why do I need, in this healing session, you're actually interrupting a little bit, but why do I need to give her 500 kroner from you? And he says, just trust me. You will get the money back eventually in one way or another. Don't think that. And I'm like, it's not the money, but why? It's not the money again, but why? Why do I need to give her 500 kroner? He says, it's from me. Just tell her it's from me and I'm sorry, and she will know. She will understand. So I agree. Yeah, I'll do it. Of course I will. I totally trust the spirit world. I totally trust you. So after the healing session, I give it to her and I said, this is for you. I take the money and give it to her. And she's like, why? And I said, yeah. I asked the same question, but he was here. Your deceased boyfriend, you felt him. There was also some more messages, but they're personal. So I'm just going to give you this one as an evidence of an afterlife and intelligent existence that actually communicate with us. And she goes, why do I need the money? And I said, this is from him to you. And he says, I'm sorry, this is exactly 500 kroner. She goes very silent. And she looks at me and she says, you don't know this, but just a few weeks before he passed, he actually came to my apartment. And because he wanted to buy weed, he took from my box. I save up money for groceries and I keep them there. He took 500 kroner from me. And we had a big argument, a big fight after that. He actually stole them from me. And he refused that he took the money. And I knew that he did because they went missing, the 500 kroner, after he had been there. So she says, this makes so much sense. Thank you so much. So this is so evidential, isn't it? This is just like, oh my goodness. If he was around her all the time, and he still is, he's only a thought away. You will understand that yours are around you as well. Even at his funeral, He went there. I saw him. He was standing behind the coffin. We were singing a specific football song for him. It was a beautiful moment. But this time I could see him. He was so tall. I would say about 3 or 4, at least meters tall. He was being so tall because he was not physical. He was more etheric now. It was his spirit I could see behind the coffin, watching what was going on. It was a true love connection, a true love connection. And oh my goodness, he never left her. He's still around. And I could give her messages, but today she doesn't really want to listen. She doesn't really want to listen to me when I talk about the afterlife. It's like she got stuck in sorrow. She didn't move on in a lot of parameters. She didn't move on concerning dating and opening up her life to a new love. She stayed in pain and remembrance, and she never wanted to date again. To me, it's a choice. I can't judge anybody for choosing anything in their life. I can just say it's a choice. But I know that his biggest wish would be that she would live her life and move on and be happy again. Because there are many soul friends who can be our loved ones. We don't go with soulmates. It's not existing. We go with soul friends or soul mates in plural. And we can experience love and replicate what we have lost again and again and again. Because the afterworld, the messages is always also that we are the masters, the creators of our lives. As I have said many times in maybe every podcast episodes. And in order to manifest, we need to higher our vibration and understand that we are just a fraction of this huge love universe, multiverse, where there's no such thing as past lives. No, everything is working, living, acting, unfolding, manifested at this very moment, here and now. Here and now. So the message to you in this podcast, telling you the story about my girlfriend from school, my very old girlfriend, who is the godmother of one of my children, and her experience with the afterlife and the witnesses and the evidence that he came back and gave to her that he is still so much alive, is a true message to you that your loved ones are just a thought away. Just a thought away. Don't suffer. Celebrate when you remember and think about them. Celebrate that they are in a really good space now. They are back home. But they are just a thought away, and they want so much to help and guide and be around us. When we reach out and tell them that we need them, they will be there. We are not ever being left alone. That's, like I say in all my episodes, an urgent message. That's an urgent message. Don't suffer. Remember in harmony, happiness, and remember all the good things. And be happy that this is actually something that's a truth. That's a reality. Because the boyfriend's evidence made it so real. He's alive, and so are yours, and so am I. So wake up and walk with me. Wake up. Meditation. Hi, this is Ash from the closet, and this meditation is about connecting you to your loved ones. They walked before you and they are now in a different dimension, but they never left you. They never left you. They are all connected to you by a love string, by energy, heart to heart. And they never, ever left you. Remember that. So this is your chance to connect to your loved ones. So start by sitting in a comfortable position or lay down in a comfortable position. Give yourself a 15 minutes walk with your deceased ones in love and harmony, to remember who you are and to remember that you are never alone. So relax. Sit or lay down comfortably. Breathe in. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. Feel yourself relaxing more and more. And take some breath with me now. Breathe in. And hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. Relax and breathe in again. Hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. Breathe in a last time with me. Hold your breath for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out. You're doing fine. You feel relaxed. Keep on breathing in a natural state, or take a few more deep breaths if that's what you need. Everything is fine. Everything is good. You are comfortable in your body, relaxing more and more. This is your prime time to connect to your loved one. They're just a thought away. And they are already around you because they know by thought and by love connection that you are calling them from your heart. Just relax, relax. Let your breathing be natural. If you have thoughts coming in, just acknowledge that you are a beautiful thinking being, but you put yourself on a break now. You don't need to follow any thoughts. Just place them like in clouds in front of your view, passing you as beautiful clouds on a blue sky. Don't follow the thoughts. Just stay with yourself here and now. Stay with yourself, relaxing more and more. You're doing fine. You are a divine being. You are a beautiful being, relaxing in a decision to connect to your loved ones in love and harmony. So as you are sitting or laying down in a comfortable position, breathing normally, relaxing, maybe not even sensing your body now. You are expanding the lights in your DNA. All your cells in your beautiful body, the billion of cells that created you, the beautiful, beautiful being you are now lighting up more, emanating light. It's like all the cells in your body are little light bulbs, lighting up. And all the light, the beautiful frequency, is coming out of your body now. Beautiful light is emanating from you. And it's like you're expanding your energetic field, your auric field. Your frequency is expanding and making you grow. So there is this beautiful, beautiful light around your body coming out of you. And you feel so safe. You feel like something is holding you. Destiny is holding you. Love is holding you. In a recognition that you know from your soul, you feel safe. As you're expanding your body more and more, beautiful light is emanating from you. Something is coming closer to you. You feel comfortable in this beautiful light. You feel so comfortable and you feel so safe. You recognize the energy coming closer to you. And it's like a light being. You being a light being now is attracting a beautiful connection from your life. Somebody who walked the earth before you. A beautiful connection from your life. And now is living in a different dimension. Somebody from the afterworld who is connected to you by love. Everything is love around you. That light is coming closer to you. It's coming closer to you and you feel safe and relaxed. And I'm going to leave you now in harmony, security. You feel safe. You feel relaxed. You feel loved. And I'll be back in a moment. as this beautiful light from the afterlife, that light being, love connected to you, has emerged with your light. That light being is now withdrawing. He or she is withdrawing, pulling back to its own existence, to her existence, to his dimension, a woman or a man, a child or an animal. That being is saying not goodbye as we know goodbye, but goodbye as I'll see you soon. As soon as you think of me, I'll be back. The light withdraws away from you, pulls away, and you feel good. You feel you have had the most beautiful love connection, the most beautiful life and love meaningful meeting. You have had the most beautiful meeting. So you are withdrawing your own light into your body, and you kind of pull back yourself a little bit to your existence. You start to wake up and start to breathe in, thanking that light being, that deceased person from your life, your love, registered love life. Thank you for coming. Thank you for emerging with me. Thank you for maybe telling you something. But just thank you for being with me. We are one. You are you, I am me, but we are one. We can never be departed. We are connected by love. Thank you for coming. So you now start to feel your body. Feel your body in the seat or laying down. Feel your body. Breathe in. Come on, breathe in. Deep breath. You are feeling good. You're feeling fine. You just had a moment of true love. You're feeling fine. Breathe in and come back to your existence. Come back to your life as the beautiful being you are. And now you can walk on your day or your night in a secure space where you know they are around you. They never left. They love you. They are here. Thank you.